Okay, good morning,
Yes.
everyone. Are we live? I think we're on now.
Yes.
Okay, good morning, everybody. We are happy to see you in this virtual event. We had planned to hold an in-person event in April at the Royal Society in London to launch the first 17 ELLIS units, but the world took its course, and we know what happened. And nonetheless, ELLIS continued to gain momentum, and we're very pleased to welcome you here today to the official launch of not 17, but 30 units. So as you can see, we've grown super quickly over the course of 2020. We'll start today by giving you a brief introduction of ELLIS and how it's developed to date. We'll then hear from several university rectors and professors in the ELLIS network with brief statements of support and then a panel discussion. And that will be followed by the ELLIS PhD Awards, where we'll be honoring outstanding young researchers from ELLIS institutions across Europe. And then last but not least, we'll briefly showcase the research of each of the 30 units in short videos that they sent us. Without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Bernhard Schölkopf, who's the director at the Max Planck Institute for Intelligent Systems in Tübingen and president of the ELLIS board. Bernhard.
Thank you very much, Valerie. Just a few words about ELLIS to get us started. So I'd like to remind ourselves of what was our original mission when we got together. We said we want to benefit Europe in two ways. We want the best basic research to be performed in Europe to enable Europe to shape how machine learning and modern AI changes the world. And we want to have economic impact and also create jobs in Europe. And we believe this is achieved by outstanding and free basic research, independent of industry interests. How can we make Europe competitive in AI? We believe this is not just about money, but much more about mechanisms that help us attract and employ the best scientists and engineers. The first point is about excellence. AI is one of the most exciting fields of our days, and much of the young talent is now moving into AI. So we see that the most gifted students want to work with and learn from the best, of course, and many of them will turn into future leaders themselves later on. So talent attracts talent, and talent also breeds talent.
Bernhard, sorry, we can't see your slides.
You cannot see my slides. That's bad.
Oh, it's a nice speech.
Okay. Well, you haven't missed much yet. Yeah. So, wait. Here we go. Thanks, Nuria. So my first point. So the second point is about ecosystems. We want to create ecosystems, and our graduates don't pick places only by academic strength. They pick places that consist of ecosystems that have academia, startups, industry labs, etc. And the last point is about how to make each ecosystem stronger by joining forces. And this is what ELLIS is about, and this is also what Europe is about. ELLIS has developed a plan building on this logic and consisting of three components: research programs that bring together the best scientists, attractive offerings for young talent, and regional ecosystems with impact on economy and society. Each ELLIS research program, is dedicated to a method or application topic of current AI. And each program brings together around 10 to 20 top people in Europe. The first programs were reviewed by Joshua Benjo, the Turing Prize winner from Canada, 2019. By now, we have a critical mass of fellows who can review each other, following our standard mechanism that nobody gets reviewed by a colleague of the same nationality or working in the same country. These programs enable top-notch research. Of course, that's the first purpose, but they also give a voice to top AI research in Europe, and they allow us to respond to challenges. And the most recent example has been the COVID crisis, which was taken on by the ELLIS Health Program that first of all started very fast, a high-profile series of workshops, and also facilitated a number of new collaborations and research projects. And many of the members of the ELLIS Health Program are very actively engaged in their national COVID strategies. The selection of these programs and fellows, we think, worked very well, and we can also display this with some statistics. We see that here the the overall, of course, the overall number of citations is impressive, but also the average age index of fellows and scholars in our program is actually quite remarkable, I think. The second component of this overall set of ELLIS mechanisms is the PhD and postdoc programs. So the PhD program really is trying to build. I mean, it was we had a soft launch of this program already earlier this year, and we are launching full power later this year. But the goal is to have a pan-European education at the best labs where the students are co-supervised by 2 ELLIS members from different countries. They have a main institution and an exchange institution which they visit for an extended stay of about a year. And overall, the goal is that this should become one of the most attractive, if not the most attractive PhD program in the world in modern AI. So please take a look if you're a student. I hope many students are following now. Take a look at this application website. And the third component I'm not going to cover. I'll take this opportunity to introduce the 3 people who put a lot of work into running this program through several phases. The program was coordinated by Nuria Oliver, Josef Sivic, and Matthias Bethke. And they will tell you more now, I think, starting with Matthias. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernhard. At its core, ELLIS is really about building places that attract the best minds from all over the world. And the ELLIS units are intended to build local task forces of top scientists who are willing to invest their time to build such places. And quite exactly 1 year ago, we started the first call for ELLIS units. At that time, there was not a single ELLIS unit yet. And I still remember when I talked about the call at the DALI conference, I got a question from the audience, what do you think, how many places will apply? At that time, I felt quite brave when I said that we expect about 10 applications. And on the next slide, we see, we see that, in fact, now only 1 year later, we already have 30 units approved. And all of them have been carefully vetted in a tedious process about which Josef Sivic will say a bit more now.
Thank you, Matthias. So I'll tell you more about the evaluation process. So the units were selected with a peer review process where each unit received 4 reviews from ELLIS fellows based in a different country than the evaluated unit. The reviewers evaluated units on their scientific excellence, which was the main criteria, but also considered other aspects like their impact, diversity, or infrastructure. The reviews were then consolidated by the CITES committee, which made the final recommendation. Next slide. The emphasis in the whole review process was on the scientific excellence, and to have sort of an independent verification, we have now looked at the top 20 AI departments in Europe according to the CS rankings, which is based on the number of papers in top tier AI venues. And we found now that 15 of the top 20 AI departments in Europe have an ELLIS unit. This is, of course, only one dimension to measure excellence, yet we find it assuring. To further strengthen the network, ELLIS has initiated a proposal to the H2020 ICT 48 call on a European network of artificial intelligence excellence centers. This proposal was evaluated with top scores among all proposals for this call. And the project called ELLIS, which stands for European Learning and Intelligence Systems Excellence, has just started this month and will help fund the networking activities, including the ELLIS PhD program and the ELLIS Fellow programs. And many of the units participate in the project. And finally, I would like to draw your attention to 2 documents, the Declaration of Support for ELLIS that is signed by the representatives of institutions hosting the ELLIS units, and the call to action where the directors of the units and the ELLIS board are outlining the next steps we believe are necessary to make Europe competitive in AI. And these documents should be already online on the ELLIS webpage. And with that, I thank you for your attention, and I hand the word back to Valerie.
Thank you, Joseph. We'll now continue with support statements from the university representatives. Some of them couldn't make it today and they sent recorded messages, and others are with us live, like Christoph Lindinger, Vice Rector for Innovation and Research at Johannes Kepler University in Linz, Austria. Christopher.
Okay, hello. A warm welcome from the JKU in Linz. Like other institutions, we are also very pleased to be part of ELLIS. Let me express many thanks to the founders and all those who brought ELLIS into the stage we are in now. You have achieved something which is a global level with the European mindset at heart. You have succeeded in creating something with excellence in research, with an economic impact, but also which benefits for the society at large. Addressing the challenges of our time, like the initiatives you had on the slide before about AI and Earth and climate science, not only means that this is important for us as a society, but it's also important to attract young researchers who want to become active themselves. So given the best-in-class research units for the future of ELLIS is bright, obviously, but to whatever stage ELLIS will come to, you have a great founding mindset you build up on. And as a university, we are happy to support and we are happy to host a ELLIS unit in our institution. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I think now we're going to be showing the videos from university rectors and presidents who couldn't make it today.
Yes.
Yep, you're good.
Dear colleagues in Switzerland and around Europe, first of all, I would like to congratulate you on the launch of the ELLIS network and express on behalf of ETH Zurich how proud we are to be part of this journey. It comes at just the right time. We are all witnessing as scientists, university leaders and citizens how artificial intelligence or AI permeates and changes everyday life. More than ever before, society needs an open dialogue with researchers to discuss pros and cons of the AI revolution. Combining forces at the European level represents an important step forward in establishing Europe as a leading entity, alongside the USA and China in this transformative field. I'm convinced that ELLIS offers an incredible opportunity not only to make our economies more dynamic and competitive, but also to develop an ethical AI system. I want to thank all those who have worked hard to make ELLIS become a reality. We all know, however, that the real work begins now. So let's do this together.
Delft University of Technology welcomes and supports the ELLIS Network initiative. ELLIS's goal to foster machine learning across industry sectors for significant economic and social benefits is perfectly aligned with TU Delft's mission of impact for a better society. We are proud to be part of the ELLIS network and to establish new collaborations with AI and machine learning experts across Europe.
It's absolutely crucial that such technology is underpinned by sound research and that research pushes forward to create the technologies that will come to bear in 10, 20 or 30 years' time. ELLIS provides a perfect vehicle for this and will serve to keep Europe at the forefront of AI research. Edinburgh is very proud to be involved in this endeavour.
Me gustaría destacar el valor de la red de las 30 unidades ELLIS por la oportunidad que supone a la hora de desarrollar ecosistemas locales alrededor de la inteligencia artificial para lograr tener un impacto positivo y económico en cada una de las regiones donde se ubican estas unidades. ELLIS es un proyecto que permitirá que los ecosistemas locales puedan mejorar desde el respeto a sus peculiaridades y su diversidad. Y todo esto es clave para fomentar la diversidad desde el desarrollo de las economías locales y al mismo tiempo trabajar en red para compartir el conocimiento en conexión continua con el resto de unidades. Todo para crear una red europea de excelencia. Este es uno de los aspectos que me gustaría destacar. La posibilidad de mejorar nuestro entorno más cercano integrado en un ecosistema mucho más complejo en esta red que se extiende por Europa e Israel. Este intercambio de talento, ideas y mejores prácticas genera la masa crítica necesaria para ser más competitivos frente a Norteamérica y Asia.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure as the Rector of the University of Freiburg to welcome all of you today at the official launch of the ELLIS units. The University of Freiburg has a long tradition in the humanities, social sciences and natural sciences. The Faculty of Engineering, which was initiated about 25 years ago, has become a stronghold of artificial intelligence. It is particularly strong in machine learning, computer vision, artificial intelligence and robotics, and has tight connections to the life sciences. We are very excited to be part of the ELLIS network and look forward to fruitful cooperations and exchange in the future.
I'm here to tell you how happy we are because we have a huge opportunity to attract and retain talent in Europe in the themes of machine learning. We at IRT specifically, we're doing tons of robotics, tons of AI, and we like to combine these two and participate actively into the ELLIS network. So good luck to everyone and let's work for the best.
The creation of the new European Network of Excellence in AI is an important step in delivering new knowledge and beneficial impact. The Cambridge ELLIS unit has members across several departments and aims to enhance excellence in research, better networking opportunities for PhD students, and more interaction with local and international industrial partners. I'm delighted that the University of Cambridge is represented in the ELLIS network, and I wish all of our colleagues from across the ELLIS units success in all your work that has never been more important.
The area of machine learning and artificial intelligence has been, in the last years, a strategic bet of Technic. We have now strong groups with a solid and well-recognized work all over the world in this scientific area. Therefore, I'm sure that the proposal led by Mario Figueiredo and our colleagues to create the Lisbon Unit for Learning and Intelligent Systems in the framework of ELLIS program will be a strong success. Technico and myself, we are fully committed to support this initiative.
The digital transformation of health research holds great potential to advance the diagnosis, treatment and prevention of major diseases, a grand challenge for Europe. We are therefore very excited that as our contribution to ELLIS Munich, our research center will align expertise and substantial new funding to set up an internationally visible hub for biomedical artificial intelligence. We are therefore very excited to be part of this initiative, and we will work hard to successfully leverage machine learning for scientific impact and societal benefit.
We are very proud to host the ELLIS unit Helsinki at the Finnish Center for AI, coordinated by Aalto University. Strengthening further AI is of paramount importance for Europe, for creating a sustainable future. ELLIS is a key instrument, and we're very glad to bring Aalto's entrepreneurial mindset and radically creative solutions to boost AI and ELLIS.
Oxford's ELLIS unit will be made up of researchers from the Department of Computer Science, Engineering Science and Statistics. The work will span core theoretical underpinnings and methodologies through to applications in robotics, finance, health and biology. We're delighted that ELLIS gives us the opportunity to strengthen our European links, and I hope that the breadth of our research talent across multiple domains will help benefit all ELLIS researchers. Oxford University sends its best wishes for every success. Good luck and have fun.
First of all, my sincere congratulations with the launch of the ELLIS unit at the University of Amsterdam. It's a gateway to excellent fundamental research and to inspiring collaborations with European partners. I look forward to host you, new students, young researchers, and at our university to work with us in the field of responsible AI. AI is a challenging research topic in its own right, and at the same time, a change maker for the future of our society. I wish you all inspiring research and a good time in Amsterdam. Thank you.
Okay, before we move on to the next segment, we have one more message from the TU Darmstadt's Vice President for Research, Barbara Albert, who's joining the call live. Barbara.
Hello, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you, and at Technical University of Darmstadt, we are very pleased to be a member of ELLIS, pleased and honored. Darmstadt indeed has a long-standing reputation in computer sciences, and it is our research strategy to even further the focus on artificial intelligence and intelligent systems. Just recently, a large center of AI was founded in Darmstadt, funded by the state Hessen, and in ELLIS, we wish to link our expertise, our drive, our fascination for AI with the European AI excellence, and that's what we are looking forward to. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. I'd now like to hand over to Nuria Oliver. Nuria is the Chief Data Scientist at Data Pop Alliance. She's also the Chief Scientific Advisor to the Vodafone Institute and co-founder of the ELLIS unit in Alicante. She's also a member of the ELLIS Science Committee and a member of the ELLIS board. Nuria.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, good morning, everyone. It is a great pleasure to be here and also an honor to be the moderator of the most exciting part of today from my perspective, which is the live panel with distinguished scientists. To highlight the members of the panel, I would ask if you could please hide your videos so we could very clearly see who are the panelists today. So that would be great if you could do that. I will first introduce all the panelists. The topic of the panel is Europe needs a full-fledged and ambitious AI strategy. And we don't have a lot of time. We have 20 minutes. So I will ask one question to each panelist to see if we can answer it they can answer it in 2 minutes. And then I will give each panelist the chance to make a 1-minute statement, hopefully as inspirational as all the former statements that we have already heard. So who are our panelists today? We are honored to have Martin Stratman, President of the Max Planck Society. Martin, if you could maybe wave. We have Thomas Hensinger, the President of IST Austria. We have Vladimir Maric, the Scientific Director of the Czech Institute of Informatics, Robotics, and Cybernetics at the Czech Technical University. We have Ana Berenguer. She's Director General on Public Policy for the President of the Valencian region in Spain. I don't see Anna, but hopefully she's there. Yes. Martin Sahariasen, Vice Chancellor of the IT University of Copenhagen. And last but not least, Bernd Engler, Rector at Tübingen University. So welcome all of you, and let's just have as an exciting and hopefully lively discussion. So I will start with a question for Martin. What, in your view, are the most promising measures that you have seen at the European or at the national level to strengthen Europe's position in AI on a global scale?
Yeah, first of all, warm welcome to everybody from Munich, from the headquarters of the Max Planck Society. Now concerning your question, I think first of all, I think we have realized in Europe the importance of AI in many fields we are interested in. I think second, we have seen many national activities to strengthen the field of AI. In Germany, among others, this is the Cyber Valley in Stuttgart and Tübingen with the Max Planck Institute for Intelligent Systems in its center. And last but not least, I think we're now starting to combine all these local centers of excellence, and the means how to do so is, to me, the ELLIS initiative. Now, the question also, which you asked me, is what is the strength of Europe in this field? And I would like to mention two points. First of all, in Europe, we can combine the cyber world with the world of machines. I think the field of machines where Europe and in particular also Germany has an enormous strength. The outcome of all of this may be cognitive robotics. And this has a twofold impact to me. Robots as a data input for better functioning machine learning systems, and cognitive robots also as in highly intelligent and superior machines in very many applications. I think that's the strength of Europe, which allows us to show up worldwide. And second, I feel ethics in the world of AI. I think that may sound strange a bit in the beginning, but it's obvious to me that artificial intelligence in the end will only survive if we as humans trust the system. And I think Europe is special here, and European-based artificial intelligence may, hopefully at least, set standards for future AI software. Made in Europe, I think, could prove also be a signature of trust. And last but not least, I think we all know that data are essential for AI. In Germany, we have established the national data infrastructure, the NFDI. We have the European Science Cloud, and both of this may provide an ideal tool to put together highly trustful data, as for example, also the Danish Biodata Bank, as an input for modern AI research.
Excellent. Thank you so much for this sort of like overall view on the role of Europe. And maybe if we go a little bit narrower towards ELLIS, I'm wondering if, Thomas, you could share with us your views on what role do you see that ELLIS can play in this broader context of the role that Europe is playing on AI globally?
Okay, thank you. Let me, since I didn't get a chance to also say welcome and thank you from Kloster Neuburg from ISD Austria, let me also say this, and that we are proud to be part of this network. I mean, it's high time that Europe gets its act together in modern AI. I mean, one only has to look at the 100 most valuable companies in North America versus the 100 most valuable companies in Europe, and the situation is dramatic. Now, Bernhard, I think, said it very well at the beginning. You know, what are the main missions here of the network? Number one, basic outstanding research, and number two, attracting talent from all over the world, especially PhD students. These happen to be also exactly actually the two principles on which our institution, ISD Austria, was founded some 10 years ago. So we think we fit in here very well, and we can contribute and hope to contribute as much as we can. We also hope to gain, of course, on the other hand, from the network in visibility to be able to grow even further and attract more talent and become a bigger presence. Now, what do I expect from the network? What you said is, of course, this increased visibility, this joining forces. I think also very important to lobby national governments, Europe. I think there's a big deficit in Europe that not only AI, but computer science in general is much underrepresented in the sort of scientific lobbying effort and scientific advisory boards of politicians and other policymakers. And I think this is a very important, can become a very important part of this network. And what I also hope is that we don't make sort of the old European mistake of creating distributed centers, which are rigid in the rules, but weak in the execution because they are distributed. I think we need exactly the opposite approach. We need to build on, and you have taken this approach, we need to build on existing strengths and institutions and put them together and make them even stronger by enabling them. And that's what I want to say is a little bit my worry is that you put too many rules on partners, because we, for example, as in my own institution, we have our own PhD program, and then mixing this with another PhD program, this is where bureaucracy kicks in. So I hope we can gain visibility, but maintaining our identity. And I think the same goes for all the institutions here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think there is always this tension between how to leverage a critical mass and how to have a certain coherence across all these different units, but at the same time appreciating the diversity and the peculiarities, you know, and the context of each of them. So connecting with this, Vladimir, it would be great to hear your reflections on what you think are ELLIS strengths, but also weaknesses, maybe which areas of ELLIS we should work on or strengthen more so ELLIS can really realize its mission and its vision.
Good morning to everybody from Prague, from the Czech Institute of Informatics, Robotics and Cybernetics. We are quite a young institute with 7 years history, so we are very proud that we can host one of the ELLIS sites. And since the very beginning of existence of our institute, we try to combine excellence in research with industrial applications, with applications in healthcare service, because we feel applicability of results is quite important to motivate young people, to bring them on board, to activate the talent. So we are building an AI ecosystem where machine learning, excellent machine learning teams are playing a very important role, but they are in tight cooperation with industry, with industrial understanding the industrial needs. So I think connection between theoretical results, excellent results with excellent application brings a new dimension to ELLIS. The other task which I would like to stress in my presentation is the fact that in the neighboring countries, we are the only ELLIS site in the former Eastern countries. But in neighboring countries, there are also a lot of talented people, and we feel it's important to include them, and we would like to disseminate our experience with ELLIS to such countries like Slovakia, Hungary, Poland, to bring them on board and to help to leverage the talent in these countries for the needs of the Europe as a whole. So this is quite important task for us as well. Thank you very much.
It is, yeah, quite a big task, but yeah, it makes sense. We're going to move on now to Anna, and we've talked. Professor Martin Stratman has mentioned some of the strengths in Europe regarding AI. We have data, you know, we have the opportunity in robotics, we have ethics, you know, and the ethical approach to AI. But in this context, which initiatives do you think are missing in Europe and you think would be important to strengthen so we can actually be competitive on AI?
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Nuria, and thank you to my fellow panelists. So, Nuria, the more I thought yesterday about how to answer your question, actually, I realized that it raised some key questions on my end that I would like to pose to you, to everyone joining the launch of ELLIS today. Because, you know, 1 year ago, all of us, we were thinking about the fourth industrial revolution, whether AI will replace jobs. We were talking about the future of work, which it was at the center of the debate, whether, you know, and actually ELLIS was founded in this context, correct? Yet earlier this year in March, Europe was taken by the COVID wave. And now our way of living and everything we do as policymakers, scientists, parents, and friends is through the lenses of the COVID. So the reality is that citizens and organizations all over Europe have proven already that they're flexible, that they can adapt to the shock. We telework more, we collaborate more. The debate has changed entirely. So I want to pose a question to my fellow panelists and everyone, which is, has the debate around AI changed as well? First, to what extent ELLIS can put AI at the service of humankind, and to what extent the COVID crisis will give a new purpose to AI? Can AI be less about the future of work and replacing jobs, and more about saving lives and helping decision makers, doctors? And so in my opinion, to the extent that us scientists, policymakers can ensure that AI will have a positive impact, to the extent that we can build a narrative around this and act on it, is that I think ELLIS will drive Europe to outtake, if you wish, in this area to the United States. And then of course is the question of the barriers of growth. So what needs to happen? What kind of cultural shift and system change needs to be implemented to let research on AI accelerate growth and social well-being in the COVID crisis? So if there is something that is hindering that progress, so let's identify it. And we also need to revisit our conventional thinking around it, probably.
Thank you. Thank you. That's really great that you actually bring COVID-19 to the conversation, because of course, you know, we're all here remotely because of COVID-19. So given the impact that is having, is true on our societies, I wonder perhaps if Martin, if you want to reflect or elaborate further, what are your views on potential maybe changes or new directions or not of ELLIS, or even the broader context of AI in Europe after, you know, the COVID-19 pandemic, or during the COVID-19 pandemic?
So was it me?
Yes, Martin.
Yes,
yeah,
hello.
Martin. Sorry, Martin Sahayasen. Sorry,
Yes,
there's two Martins.
Yeah, hello, and good morning from Copenhagen. Just to say that the three universities in Copenhagen are also very proud to be part of this initiative. So welcome to Copenhagen. So you asked about how COVID and other, I mean, how various agendas, you can say, affect research or focus on artificial intelligence. So let me just mention that about 1.5 years ago or 2 years ago in Denmark, we had a government that was very, very focused on artificial intelligence. We got a new strategy and so on. Then we had a change in government, and the focus is now much more on climate. And now early this year, of course, the focus has become COVID-19. Clearly, artificial intelligence and information technology in general can play an important role in helping both solving, we can say, the climate crisis, but also with regard to COVID-19, we have seen that already. Whether AI exactly which role it can play, we'll see in the future. But if you look at the challenges, you can say, for pushing AI forward in Europe, if you take that, that is to keep the long-term political momentum, you can say, because it seems that in Denmark that the momentum was much more focused about 2 years ago on this, and it has flattened a little bit. And it's really important that we continue to make investments. Local governments, member states make investments in AI, all the way from, teaching young children about new technologies, all the way to educating more researchers. That is the main challenge, at least in Denmark, from my point of view, to educate more researchers in AI, and also to keep the best ones in Denmark and keep the best ones in Europe. So that's, to me, the biggest challenge. Yes.
Thank you. So we have the challenge of talent, right, and the education, understood at a broader sense.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have Bernd, the director of the University of Tübingen. So having heard all the statements and contributions from all the panelists, I'm wondering if there is any new, maybe a strength for Europe or weakness that you would like to add to the discussion.
Well, I think that most of the statements kind of covered the field, but I want to first of all say how delighted I am to be part of this conference, and also how delighted I am that some of the key drivers of ELLIS are also part of the Tübingen ecosystem. Max Planck Institute for Intelligent Systems, the university, etc. I think Tom Herzinger kind of pointed out that we have to move fast. Yeah. And I think so far we have been a little slow in comparison to other countries. We have to move faster, and what is more important, we have to move in a concerted, well-orchestrated fashion. And I think ELLIS is the right kind of tool to orchestrate the European move forward. I also want to point out that indeed, I think the lobbying within science has been perfect in the last couple of years. Max Planck Society in Germany, for instance, has helped to push this agenda. But what is still lacking is the conviction that in politics with politicians, that they have to kind of contribute their share to make Europe a strong hold of a new type of artificial intelligence, which is contrary to the Chinese way or to the American way. Yeah. And I think that is where we have to place our own kind of endeavors. And in this sense, I think lobbying in politics will still be more demanding than we have seen so far. I think we have to bring national initiatives together, and I think we should also move faster ahead towards Europe, the European Council, and make our statements that Europe will have to move ahead faster if it doesn't want to lose ground as it has lost in recent years.
Yeah, very good points. Very good. A few of you have mentioned the political dimension, and I have to say, Anna is a politician, so you can talk to her later. And in all the videos that we did have a video from a politician, which is the president of the Valencian region. So I think it could be maybe an inspiration to other politicians in other regions, to see that level of involvement. We are running out of time, but I don't want to close the panel without giving you a chance, each of you, to make a 60-second final statement on your views about ELLIS and the opportunities, that it offers. So I propose that we follow the same order that we've had, starting with Martin Stratmann, president of the Max Planck Society. So if you could kindly, just in 60 seconds, wrap up the discussion with your main, points that you would like to make, that would be great. I think you're muted. Let me see if I can unmute you. Now.
Oh yeah, okay. I maybe even shorter. I fully support the further development of the ELLIS program. I see the program as a real chance for AI-based research in Europe. And as we have heard before, it's just the right time to do so today. I also have to say, if we miss this chance, we may also miss a unique chance. And as a result, we may not find ourselves in the first row of AI-based research worldwide. So we really have to hurry up, we really have to concentrate, and we really have to move on, and the Max Planck Society will do so.
Thank you. So move on to Thomas Henzinger, president of IST Austria. Hold on, I think you're muted.
Okay.
Now.
Thank you. Let me just make maybe one final point also. I hope this network can also sort of shed some clarity sort of in the more public mind on on the various terminologies this is used, because AI is still a very confusing word to many. AI is sometimes everything, and sometimes the wrong thing, namely very old-fashioned AI. So I think it's very important that this network stresses actually there are many areas of computer science that are critically important to this effort, that are not narrowly construed AI, from computer systems to statistics to security to distributed systems and so on. On the other hand, there is much AI, especially in Europe, I have to say, which is really old-fashioned AI, and it will not help us close this gap to the rest of the world. Okay,
thank you.
Let me end, and good luck.
Thank you. Vladimir Maric, Scientific Director of the Czech Institute of Informatics, Robotics and Cybernetics.
So ELLIS represents a really incredible opportunity for all of us to join the forces to create bigger teams, more efficient teams, which might be competitive in the worldwide scale. We need to compete with United States, with China, and Europe has a lot of resources which are working in a quite isolated way. We need to join the forces, and that's the main message for ELLIS. Thank you.
Thank you. Anna Berenguer, Director General in the Valencian government. The politician in the room.
Yes, so I'm going to acknowledge that in my closing statement. So I think the dilemma we're facing around the positive impact of AI reminds me actually of another politician, Woodrow Wilson, who was the 28th president of the US, and who was a politician, but also an academic. And in 1887, he published a fantastic study about public administration and government. He described the difficulties of the job as follows: in government, as in virtue, the hardest of the hard things is to actually make progress. So he argues that progress is slow but necessary, and points out that the reason for the slowness is actually, one of the reasons at least, is that people who are sovereign have no single ear. In the sense that, you know, we cannot really approach all of them, and they are ignorant of what elites here as scientists, you scientists, are trying to achieve. So he says people are timid, stubborn, and selfish, and yet, you know, they are the ones who vote. So that is the challenge at hand. Ensure that everyone understands AI, and not only that, is that what means for them, and embrace it, embrace AI. In the Valencia region, at least, represented by President Chimo Puig, who you just heard before, and represented also in the figure of his regional ministry for innovation, Carolina Pascual. So they envision an AI as an economic and social development tool for the region's prosperity and quality of life. Last year, we drafted a strategy on AI that makes it very clear, and we approach it holistically. That's why the government is taking steps to make sure that, you know, the adoption of AI is actually inclusive, brings benefits to everyone, making sure that nobody is left behind. And in that sense, education is key. Preparing our children at elementary school for sure, but also our workers for the transition into the fourth industrial revolution.
Thank you, Anna. So education, again, one of the key pillars. Martin Saharassian, Vice Chancellor of the IT University of Copenhagen. 1 minute, please, because we're over time.
Yeah, so my hope for ELLIS is that it can create a movement in Europe. So we will make the right, can we say, political and decisions on where to go with AI in Europe, maybe compared to the US and China. Developing what is called responsible AI, even though it's not quite clear what it is, but it's an important target to have. And I hope ELLIS can help the politicians to make the right investments, both in education and research, and that can create value for everyone in Europe. So that's my hope.
Wonderful, thank you. And of course, you know, last but not least, the closing statement for the panel by Bernd Engler, the rector of the University of Tübingen, please.
I think that we all know that ELLIS is a fantastic tool, and we should not only get it off the ground, as we already have, but also make it fly and fly high. Why that? Because we have this tool to enlarge our own scientific excellence, to help our young scholars to find a unique ecosystem, and also to make sure that our potential contribution, responsible AI was a key word, can be made internationally visible. I think that is our goal. And if we can reach that and help to do that, then we are fine.
Wonderful. Well, I think this was quite of an inspiring panel, and I feel energized, and I feel the sense of urgency also, but the responsibility that we all have to try to make Europe competitive in the global AI ecosystem. So I would ask you to kindly clap to all our panelists and thank you then for all their time and contributions, please. Now we move on to the next part of the session. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Nuria. This is maybe the most highly anticipated moment of the event, where each ELLIS unit is going to be presented in a short video. The order of the video is totally random. In some instances, the quality might not be the best because due to COVID regulations, some of them couldn't enter their buildings or have support from their PR department, but they still took the time to send us a short message. Daniela, are you ready to show the videos? We're going to be showing it in two segments. The first half hour is the first half of the units, and then afterwards we'll have the PhD awards, and then we'll be moving on to the second half of the videos.
Yes. I'll take also the chance now to say hello, everyone. And I'm very glad to see you all online. So you'll first present the first 15 units for half an hour, and then we'll continue with the second half.
ELLIS, the European Laboratory for Learning and Intelligent Systems. Our mission is to create a diverse European network that promotes research excellence and advances breakthroughs in artificial intelligence. With units all over Europe, we are here to introduce the Amsterdam unit at the University of Amsterdam.
The Amsterdam ELLIS unit spans a number of institutes at the Faculty of Science, such as the Informatics Institute, the Mathematics Institute, and the Institute for Logic, Language and Computation. We perform research in a broad range of topics, such as information retrieval, multimedia, computer vision, natural language processing, and machine learning. We also support the Geometric Deep Learning Research Program.
Geometric Deep Learning Program investigates the foundations of machine learning using the mathematics of geometry. And the importance of the program lies in its potential of expanding the application scope of deep learning, allowing us to explore uncharted territories. ELLIS has been invaluable in connecting researchers in this young field, but also in putting Europe on the map as the epicenter of geometric deep learning.
And with 20 faculty members, the Amsterdam unit is active in different research fields. Through our industry labs, we get funded by companies such as Ahold Delhaize, TomTom, Qualcomm, Bosch and Elsevier. And there's more. The Amsterdam Science Village to spin off research ideas.
My research is about natural language processing, an important part of artificial intelligence. An important component of my research is interpretability. I try to understand what models are doing when they're solving their tasks. I like working for ELLIS because it allows me to connect to the best researchers in my field, and also I get to contribute to building a stronger community of machine learning and AI research in Europe.
We are very excited to get started. We hope that our students and researchers can spend time in labs throughout Europe, and we hope that your students will visit the University of Amsterdam.
My name is Ole Winter. I'm head of the ELLIS unit Copenhagen. I want to tell you something about why it's important for us in Copenhagen to be part of ELLIS. So in the Copenhagen region, there's a lot of interest in artificial intelligence intelligence, both in academia, in the public sector, in an industry. And also, we are doing pretty well in the universities in the Copenhagen region. We're doing well in the international conferences and so on. But we also realize that we reach a point where we need to do something more to go further. And this is where ELLIS comes in. So I think ELLIS is a very important initiative for us, because without ELLIS, we'll not have the opportunities to collaborate and network with other researchers that can inspire us to do things better. So one of the things is, of course, that we can send out our PhD students and we can welcome visitors from other places, but there's also this aspect of learning to do new things better. One thing is that we have learned in the recent years that we in the machine learning community have serious issues with underrepresentation of different groups. For example, we don't have enough women. And this is not something that you can solve in one day. You really need to work on it on many levels. And I think that also ELLIS will be an important place where we can together find solutions and take action to get more women into our fields. And this will be important for getting our field to move as a whole. We need our research field to reflect the society, and through ELLIS we can work on doing this. Thank you. That's it.
Hello, I am Nuria Oliver. Welcome to the ELLIS Unit Alicante. The ELLIS Unit Alicante is located in the Mediterranean city of Alicante, which is one of the friendliest cities in Spain to live in, with an outstanding quality of life. It will be located in the campus of the University of Alicante, with connections with the rest of the universities in the region. Its name is the Institute of Humanity-Centric Artificial Intelligence, and it focuses in 3 research areas. First, the computational modeling of human individual and aggregate behavior via machine learning techniques. Second, the development of intelligent interactive systems, and particularly intelligent mobile systems and personal assistants. And third, the risks and limitations of machine learning-based decision-making systems, such as algorithmic discrimination and opacity, the lack of veracity, the subliminal manipulation of human behavior, or the computational violation of privacy. The ELLIS Unit Alicante is unique because it is the only ELLIS unit that has been created from scratch as a private, not-for-profit foundation, thanks to the generosity of 38 donors. It is also the only unit in Spain by the Mediterranean Sea, with many direct flights from Finland, especially in November. Within the ELLIS network, our unit is an important node because it tackles a complementary topic to other units, in full alignment with the human-centric machine learning ELLIS research program. It is fully committed and supportive of the ELLIS mission. It will host students, researchers, and collaborate with other units, and will help develop a strong local ecosystem on human-centric AI. It counts with stable funding of 1.5 million euro per year by the Valencian government, and it is part of the Valencian strategy on artificial intelligence. We are hiring. Would you like to join us?
Hello, my name is Wolfram Burgard, and it's my great pleasure to introduce the ELLIS Unit Freiburg to you today. Here in Freiburg, we are focusing on the field of robot learning and work at the intersection of robotics, computer vision, and machine learning. Our unit integrates a team of 70 PhD students who closely interact with each other through reading groups and joint publications. We also jointly teach courses in the areas of artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, deep learning, and reinforcement learning. The ELLIS Unit Freiburg has a fantastic infrastructure. In addition to great compute facilities, we do have plenty of robot systems that we use in our teaching and research. They include industrial manipulators, personal robotic devices, mobile agricultural robots, mobile service robots, unmanned vehicles, aerial vehicles, rough terrain navigation robots, and a sensor car for automated driving. Let's take a quick tour and let Vera and Johan, two of our doctoral researchers, introduce their robots to you.
This is our agricultural robot Bonnie Rob. We perform research on how to make agriculture more sustainable by enabling autonomous driving in production agricultural fields. This includes detecting the value crop on the field using the front-mounted sensors of the robot, as well as using those detections for robust vehicle pose estimation relative to those plants, mapping and path planning.
At the laboratory, we set a strong focus on more robotics and autonomous driving. Therefore, we utilize multiple robotic platforms, such as the measurement platform here on the right, that is equipped with various lasers, cameras, and localization systems. In addition, we leverage miniature versions of the same system for risk-free multi-agent research. Thereby, our focus lies on long-life, unsupervised learning, as well on research on related safety aspects.
In less than a year from now, we will open a brand new research building, the Institute for Intelligent Machine-Brain Interfacing Technology, or short IMBIT, with fantastic opportunities for research in robot learning and at the interface to neuroscience and neurotechnology. We also have tight connections with plenty of other research institutes on the national and international level. We also tightly collaborate with industry. Among the corresponding companies are Toyota, Amazon, Bosch, Siemens, KUKA, and several others. We are super excited to be part of the ELLIS program, and we are looking forward to great joint projects, exchange, and interactions. Thank you, and see you soon.
Hi, I'm Carl.
Hi, I'm Miguel.
Cambridge is a small town with an ancient university. Cambridge is a leader in research and education, in Europe and in the world. According to Cambridge folklore, Sir Isaac Newton formulated some of the most enduring ideas in science ever while sitting under an apple tree.
Today, Cambridge is a hub for science and technology. The area around Cambridge, known as the Silicon Fen, has been home to around 1,000 startups and has labs of many international leading tech companies. The tight coupling between academia and industry is a key to its success and an ideal fit to the ethos of ELLIS.
The ELLIS unit unites researchers from several departments, including the Department of Computer Science and Technology, the Center for Mathematical Sciences, and the Department of Engineering.
The unit's research is characterized by a strong focus on using Bayesian statistics and information theory to quantify and account for uncertainty. This is key to developing intelligent systems that are data efficient, reliable, and robust.
There's a lot of interest currently in AI, but its use in practice isn't that widespread. What would it take to make AI impactful?
I think there are probably three parts to the answer. First, machine learning algorithms need to be automatic. After all, it is supposed to be the machine that learns, not a researcher that learns using machine learning as a tool. We need better fundamental understanding of the principles underlying learning. We need better theory. Second, algorithms need to be robust, transparent, and fair, so we can trust them and use them in real life. Third, the technology needs to be available. Only very large companies have resources to develop AI methods themselves. We need to be much better at transferring ideas into useful solutions.
The Cambridge ELLIS unit is focusing on solving exactly these issues, together with our local sponsors and collaborators and our European ELLIS partners.
Hello, I'm Christoph Lampert, head of the ELLIS unit at IST Austria. IST Austria is a young publicly funded institute that is committed to conducting world-class research and graduate education in the natural and mathematical sciences. It is located in Klosterneuburg, near Vienna. We are very excited to have become officially a part of the ELLIS network, which will enable more and more intense collaboration with top researchers all over Europe. Here at IST, we believe in the principle that excellence emerges not from diligent forward planning, but from giving first-class researchers the freedom and resources to focus on curiosity-driven research while exposing them to a constant influx of new technologies and ideas. Consequently, the research at our unit does not center around any predetermined topic. Instead, it is driven by each individual researcher's curiosity and dedication, held together by two guiding principles: foundational thinking and interdisciplinarity. Foundational thinking means that we emphasize principal solutions and answers typically based on mathematically rigorous foundations. We find this aspect particularly important in the current fast-paced time where artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning have become media phenomena almost as much as scientific disciplines. Our focus on interdisciplinarity reflects our conviction that machine learning and related areas cannot flourish in a vacuum. They benefit from a rich interaction with other scientific disciplines, including computer science, mathematics, and neuroscience, but also physics, chemistry, or biology. Our unit is in the lucky situation to be embedded in a research institution where world-class researchers of all these fields work together and interact on a daily basis. With the integration into ELLIS, we hope to not only benefit from the opportunities that the network offers, but we would also like to give back by providing access to our experience and our facilities to the ELLIS community.
Hello, my name is Stefan Roth, and I'm very happy to introduce you the ELLIS unit Darmstadt. Our unit takes on the challenge of developing intelligent systems that understand context and meaning, that can adapt flexibly to novel scenarios, much like us humans. For example, we develop deep and probabilistic models, or reinforcement learning methods for machines and humans. Together with our Center for Cognitive Science, we emphasize the interface between human and machine intelligence. The strength of the ELLIS unit Darmstadt is its world-class team of faculty and fellows, who are leaders across a broad range of artificial intelligence, from machine learning to natural language processing, from computer vision to robotics, as well as in AI's twin, computational cognitive science. Our unit has a bright future ahead, also thanks to the strategic investment by the state of Hesse into a new Center for Artificial Intelligence, linking the state's universities with 20 additional AI faculty. Together with the center, our unit offers access to industry partners, on-campus labs, and startup support. We not only help shaping ELLIS through participating in and leading various ELLIS programs, but TU Darmstadt also contributes its experience as coordinator of UNITE, a network of Europe's leading universities of technology. Darmstadt, as a city of science, is a highly dynamic and international place. It has been leading Germany's City of the Future ranking for the past 5 years. It is embedded within the Frankfurt Rhine-Main metropolitan area, a major hub with a multitude of companies and institutions, right in the heart of Europe. We're excited to be part of the ELLIS family and look forward to working with you.
Welcome to the ELLIS unit Tübingen. We work in machine learning, algorithms, theory, and applications. This means we're in the business of turning this raw material using mechanical energy, complicated device, and this machine, which uses thermal energy also to produce a certain type of liquid, which when infused into humans allows them to produce research information. So we turn energy into information when we do machine learning. We have a whole range of outstanding machine learning researchers in Tübingen, and I won't be able to tell you about all their work. But I think there's one common theme that runs through much of the work, and that's the one of robustness. We are interested in a type of intelligent system that's robust, similar to how natural intelligent systems are robust. In contrast, many applications that we see in the industry now of machine learning, they fall into this IID trap, independent, identically distributed data, which means you gather data from one very specific problem, you build a solution that works exactly for this problem, but it breaks once the problem changes a little bit. And natural intelligence systems are much more robust in that respect. So we would like to build a more versatile intelligence, and we think to do that we have to go beyond purely statistical modeling. So we have to go beyond statistical information, which is what machine learning builds upon traditionally, and we also have to understand the causal relationships in the data generating process that gives rise to statistical dependencies in the first place.
We are very excited to be part of this group of excellent researchers in the ELLIS network. With the ELLIS unit in Tübingen, we are hoping to use it as a stepping stone towards an ELLIS institute that attracts top scientists from all over the world. And in general, we believe that real innovation happens in scientific hotspots that attract a lot of talent, and we give them a space and a multitude of opportunities to try out new things, and that's what we are determined to do here.
So Tübingen is also a very beautiful place where much of ELLIS coordination is taking place. A lot of exciting things are happening in ELLIS. Believe me, I have the best overview, even if sometimes I don't want that. But in general, it's a lot of fun working with scientists, and especially with machine learning scientists, with crazy scientists, let's say.
ETH Zurich participates in the European Laboratory for Learning and Intelligent Systems. The ELLIS unit in Zurich is realized through the new ETH AI Center, which we will launch in the middle of October of this year. The center involves more than 25 core faculty members across more than 5 departments of ETH. They pursue research in many aspects of learning-based AI and engage in collaborations across all of ETH. Research directions in the center range from theoretical foundations of data science and AI to the study of principles of how to design truly reliable and trustworthy AI systems, as well as mechanisms of how AI systems can effectively interact with and support people. A major emphasis in the center are interdisciplinary applications of AI in domains such as health, the environment and sustainability, robotics, and many other areas, as well as the study of ethical, societal, and policy implications of the technology. ELLIS fellows and faculty from the Zurich unit are very active in the network, co-directing 2 of the ELLIS thematic programs, for example. The center will be located in a new building, providing space to engage in truly interdisciplinary collaborations and to host visitors and guests through the ELLIS network. It also includes an open lab as an invitation for industry to collaborate. The center aims to provide an exciting, stimulating, and inclusive environment for top talent in AI who will be hosted as PhD and postdoc fellows. It will also provide support for AI startups as well as a platform to engage with the general public on AI topics.
Welcome to the ELLIS unit Linz. My name is Sepp Hochreiter. I'm the director of the ELLIS unit in Linz. Linz is a city in Austria. It's located between Salzburg and Vienna. And the ELLIS unit Linz is at the Johannes Kepler University in Linz, containing the Institute of Machine Learning and the Lit AI Lab, both headed by me. Machine learning is one of the fastest growing fields of computer science and has the potential to change human life in almost every aspect. Machine learning has recently revolutionized various fields of science and also started pervade commercial applications in an unprecedented manner. The recent surge of machine learning can be attributed to advances in a subfield of machine learning, deep learning. Our research areas are deep learning, attention-based learning and LSTMs, think about transformers and BERT methods, reinforcement learning. We also have application areas like autonomous driving, drug design and healthcare, process optimization and logistics, and autonomous production. An ELLIS unit in Linz contributes to the coordination of machine learning excellence in Europe and establish a sustainable ecosystem locally here for machine learning. The unit in Linz will serve as a reliable and solid node in the ELLIS network and will act as a local anchor that represents ELLIS, or the ELLIS network here locally in industry, government and other organizations. Here we also putting together an industrial advisory board and care about the relationship to industry. ELLIS and the EU project ELLIS are working together. We are doing lobbying via top influencers in economy, and we want to present showcases of industrial applications both in ELLIS as well in the ELLIS project. Thank you very much for listening to the introduction of the ELLIS unit Linz. We would be very happy to welcome you here in our unit in Linz. Please drop by and see you soon in one of the ELLIS organizations or ELLIS events. Bye-bye.
Many people think of Munich as just the home of the Oktoberfest, but there's so much more going on in Bavaria's capital, especially when it comes to AI. Welcome to ELLIS Munich. Here at the ELLIS Munich unit, we focus on developing novel machine learning methods and deploying them in biomedicine, computer vision and Earth observation. The ELLIS Munich faculty brings together an outstanding team of experts that will grow over time, building a dynamic community.
Our scientists tackle the great challenges of AI and the development of robust, reliable algorithms to advance machine learning as a core research field.
We are committed to train the next generation of machine learning experts, focusing on mathematical and algorithmic foundations of machine learning and delving into a range of societally relevant application areas.
ELLIS Munich integrates expertise from the Technical University of Munich, one of Europe's leading universities, and Helmholtz Munich, one of Europe's leading health research centers. We also draw on the strengths of the Munich Data Science Institute and the Helmholtz AI Network. Our unit contributes to the ELLIS programs on computer vision, health and earth and climate, and is always open and looking for opportunities. Munich offers ready-made connections to industry and society. Our goals also align and create synergies with the Bavarian AI strategy and high-tech agenda, which sets up an AI competence network to enhance knowledge transfer from research to practice. We have expertise, access to unique and relevant data, a nurturing ecosystem, and the ability to generate industrial partnerships.
Welcome to the ELLIS unit in Prague. We are at the Czech Institute of Informatics, Robotics and Cybernetics of the Czech Technical University. It's a modern institute which gives us excellent conditions and infrastructure for both basic research and collaboration with industry. The unit brings together several lead scientists and their teams with the shared objective to address some of the key scientific challenges in artificial intelligence and generate innovations with positive impact on the economy and society. In my research, I'm interested in developing intelligent systems that can automatically understand complex visual inputs. We are investigating machine learning models grounded in the geometrical and physical structure of the world and learnable without direct supervision.
I'm interested in developing intelligent machines that we can communicate with using natural language. For that, I believe that we will need to develop a new generation of algorithms for unsupervised learning.
I'm interested in answering basic questions in algebra, geometry and optimization, which have practical impact in computer vision and robotics. For example, we study how to reconstruct 3D objects from their images in order to provide applications for 3D reconstruction, 3D mapping, special effects, and autonomous driving.
My research interests are in reinforcement learning. We have been investigating sample-efficient algorithms that allow robots to learn from experience and so to optimize their performance over time. Besides deep learning, we have been developing novel algorithms based on genetic programming that allow us to construct transparent models based on analytic equations.
My research combines traditional 3D computer vision techniques with modern machine learning algorithms. More precisely, I'm interested in developing human-level spatial understanding that will enable the next generation of intelligent systems, such as mobile robots and augmented and virtual reality applications.
We are also helping to organize ELLIS PhD and fellowship programs. We are always looking for outstanding students, postdocs and researchers, and welcome exciting collaborations. We are the ELLIS unit in Prague. We are building the AI for the future.
From technologies fundamentally changing how we interact with everything around us, to applications that will transform healthcare and finance, that will change how we see the world and how we move within it. The next steps in AI are happening here in Oxford, writing algorithms that inform the decisions our doctors and nurses make, using machine learning to infer water table levels with smart pumps, robots that take you to see your friends, chatbots that help you navigate your surroundings, leading conversations in ethics, governance and privacy, and around the effect automation is having on jobs. Oxford researchers are at the cutting edge of the AI revolution, and it is a revolution.
I'm Steve Roberts. I'm an information engineer and I'm one of the ELLIS directors in Oxford. Oxford's got an incredibly long history stretching back almost 1,000 years. But in the last 20 years, there's been a quiet revolution taking place. And Oxford has a wealth of talent which is taking part in that revolution. Probably the biggest thing that we see are people involved in AI and machine learning coming from very different backgrounds. We bring together colleagues who are philosophers and statisticians, physicists and engineers, economists, and people involved in business and accounting and finance. Yet they all have a passion and a belief that AI can solve the biggest problems in their fields, and together we can solve some of the biggest problems on the planet. Why I am really excited by ELLIS is the fusion, not just of our talent locally in Oxford and across the universities in the UK, but across the whole of Europe. Having worked in many institutions in Europe, I see a breadth and depth of talent which I think is unmatched anywhere else in the world. Yet we must come together and join in union to make the world listen to what we have to say about AI and machine learning.
Hello, my name is Yi Wai. I am a machine learning researcher based at the Department of Statistics in Oxford. I am also one of the co-directors of the ELLIS unit at Oxford. I spend actually half my time at Oxford and the other half of my time in DeepMind. I think Oxford is an excellent place for doing machine learning and AI research, and not just in terms of applied research, but also in terms of theoretical research as well. So at Oxford, in the stats department, there's quite a lot of different machine learning researchers that's part of the ELLIS unit that works on theoretical foundations of machine learning.
Hi, my name is Mike Wooldridge. I'm Head of Department of Computer Science at the University of Oxford, and I've been an AI researcher for the last 30 years. And it's my pleasure to be able to acknowledge our role in ELLIS and talk a little bit about what we can contribute and what we hope to be able to gain from being part of ELLIS. So Oxford is an ancient university and it's famous as a collegiate university. What that means is the traditional academic barriers between different subjects don't exist at Oxford. We're used to working not just in our own departments with others from other subjects and from across the whole spread of the academic spectrum. And that, I think, is what's unique about what Oxford has to offer ELLIS. We aren't a tiny, narrowly focused group. We have incredible breadth of activity, right from philosophical foundations of our field through to direct deployed applications, many of which have found a role in the 2020 pandemic, where Oxford is playing a leading role internationally in responding to the pandemic. So it's what I think is unique about Oxford is it's that spread of activity. But what that spread of activity tells us is that we can't be inward looking. We need other voices. We need to be able to talk to other people. We need to be able to work with other people. And we need to be able to work with our colleagues in Europe. And ELLIS gives us a wonderful framework to be able to do that. So we're looking forward to be part of ELLIS and to participating fully in the spread of activities that ELLIS has to offer.
Can I just say, I fundamentally disapprove of Brexit as well. So maybe we could record that and put that there. It's a catastrophically stupid idea. I hope it's still being recorded. To all my European colleagues, Brexit's a disaster. Thank you, and I'm so sorry. We can vote for it.
Okay, thank you. Before we move on to the next segment, Daniela, my understanding was that there was one video that didn't make it in to the collection that we'd like to show now.
Yes. Just a second. So there are 2 units who couldn't make it to the collection, to the final one. I mean, we will post the final version after the event and we will include them as well, but last night it was not possible. So it's about the ELLIS unit Paris, and I will play now the video, and the other one is from the ELLIS unit Moore, and Rita Kuchara is in the call, and we will ask her after the movie to say some words about her unit.
Okay, good morning.
Okay, you can go ahead, Rita, please. Then we will show the Paris one later. Yeah, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here, even it's not a video, but I'm in presence. I'm proud to present you the unit that is composed by the University of Modena Reggio Emilia, where we are in our image lab with more or less 35 people, and together with the NVIDIA AI Technical Center. As well, we have together the University of Firenze with the MIC Center of the Media Integration and Communication Lab with Professor Alberto Del Bimbo and many other researchers, and the Cineca supercomputing facilities that is one of the biggest in Europe and in the top 10 in the world, that will be happy to share with you GPU facilities for deep learning. My idea is to work with you as soon as possible, especially in computer vision and deep learning for foundational research, but also for applied research in many fields, like in smart city, in industry, in health and medicine also, and also if there is someone of you interested in digital humanities, that for Italy is so important. So I'm really happy to share the possibilities to host someone of you in my university or in Bologna, in Cineca, or in Florence, and to share PhD students with you in the other side. I don't know if my 2 minutes are closed, but if you, I'm sure that we will be able to present each other in the last time. So this is just to finish, since we are here. I don't know if you are able to see everything else, but I'm in the lab now, and I would like to give you greetings for all the people of the lab. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, Rita. Thank you very much. So I will now play also the video from Paris, from the ELLIS unit Paris, and we will have a short, so we have the presentation of the ELLIS PhD awards in between, because I've got many private messages in the chat, so we did not miss other units. They are not left out. The other 15 will be presented in the second part of the movie.
Okay, thank you, Daniela. We've now reached the ELLIS PhD Awards, which honor outstanding young researchers in the ELLIS network. They'll be presented by Bernd Schiele, who's director at the Max Planck Institute for Informatics and professor at the University of Saarbrücken. He'll be presenting this year's winners and sponsors. Bernd.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, I think I was still unmuted. Okay, so very welcome also from my side. I'm Bernd Schiele, also from the ELLIS unit in Saarbrücken, actually. I'm very happy to present the award, the PhD Awards 2020 on behalf of ELLIS. Since, as you heard multiple times, supporting and attracting talent is at the core of the ELLIS mission, it's a very suitable, right, to present also the ELLIS Award, the PhD Award here during this event today. Just to give a bit of background here, the goal is to recognize and encourage outstanding research achievements during the dissertation phase in AI, machine learning, and related fields like computer vision and robotics. The setting is that we will be giving every year, typically 2 awards, one female, male candidate, typically per calendar year. Last year, we started this process by was given for the first time, and we actually gave for the 3 previous calendar years, 16, 17, and 18. So we gave 6 awards back then. This year and for the following years, what we will do is that we'll give typically 2 awards per previous calendar year. So today we're giving awards for the year 2019. And the eligibility is pretty simple, right? If the PhD has been done or performed at a European institution for the most part, right? Obviously, people, if they move for a bit outside, that's not a problem, right? But really, for the most part, they should be basically be in Europe, and it has to be being defended in the previous calendar year. Yes, so it actually is sponsored, and it's a great pleasure to me to say a few words about the Kubert Foundation, the Stiftung GmbH. They give the prize money, €2,500 for each of the candidates. And actually, the foundation was established several decades ago, right? And already it was established right by Wolfgang and Helga Kubert to promote research and teaching in the natural, technical, and economic sciences. And actually, in 2018, they reached out actually to us. The foundation reached out basically because they wanted to support AI, advances in AI, to promote academic excellence, as well as to propagate the European idea. And that is really a perfect fitting for the ELLIS network. And it's really so very glad that they have committed to sponsor this PhD award for a number of years to come. Right, so it's a very lightweight process. So anyone who is interested to think about this nominating or being nominated, go to this webpage, right? It's really a lightweight process, a short summary, a few publications, your PhD, CV, and short citation. It's really not a big deal really to get this documents together. We will have another opening next year, right? Again, around April or so will be again the next nomination deadline. We had again also a very lightweight sort of committee. This year's was pretty small, also because of COVID. We had a few declines because people couldn't, spend time on this during these times. I happened to chair this. We had Antonio, Bernhard, Max, and Yaria basically looking at the nominations and then basically selecting the award winners. Right. So and that brings me already to the winners, right, of this year's PhD Awards 2020. And as I said, there will be two. The first one is Felix Berkenkamp from ETH Zurich. Let me just briefly read to you the laudation by Andreas Krause, his PhD supervisor. Felix's dissertation breaks new grounds by pioneering provably safe reinforcement learning algorithms and demonstrating them on robotic platforms. His approaches use probabilistic models for cautiously learning about the system online, while eventually enabling increasingly performant behavior as supported by data. The dissertation elegantly integrates ideas from machine learning and control theory. And sort of once I'm done, basically also Felix will give a 2-minute pitch about giving a short introduction about his PhD. The second winner is Gül Varol, who did her PhD at INRIA and ENS in Paris, in France. And again, let me read the laudation by Cordelia. The thesis of Gül is of excellent quality, covering a wide range of challenging and important problems in human analysis. The significant contributions are reflected in a series of top-tier publications. The scientific outcomes of the thesis have had high impact in the computer vision community and have been followed up and extended by numerous groups. This has been supported by open sourcing. So normally now comes sort of the moment where we hand over the certificates, right? So here they are. They had been signed already in July. I think we have to do something here to basically, switch on your microphone and clap for Felix and Gül, and please sort of congratulate them here at this point to the award. I know it's a little sort of, how to say, devastating that this is not sort of a more, exciting event, I suppose, but, we'll at least sort of, we will send you this certificates, right after today, basically, including also the money. And hopefully we will have, the opportunity to also congratulate you more in person, soon. So now we'll have first Felix giving a short sort of, overview of his thesis, just 2 minutes, but to give you an idea. So Felix, it's your turn.
All right, so first up, thanks a lot for this award. I'm extremely honored to receive it. And I would also like to take this opportunity actually to thank my advisors, so Andreas Krause and Angela Scholleck, as well as all the fantastic collaborators that I had the opportunity to work with. So thank you. So this thesis is motivated by autonomous systems that leave kind of the safe settings in factories and in labs and go out into the real world where they face large prior uncertainties and where they also have to act safely in order not to break the system or harm the environment. So at the same time, we want these systems to achieve high performance, which means they need to learn and adapt to the environment in a safe way. So if you look at the next slide, you can consider like a quadrilateral system where we have, as an example, where we have a policy, and depending on which parameters we pick for the policy, the quadrilateral will fly different trajectories, for example, the blue or the red trajectory. The goal here is to find the best parameters that achieve the highest performance as encoded by a reward function. But at the same time, we want to guarantee safety during the entire learning process. In this case, this could, for example, mean not crashing into the obstacles at the side of the corridor next to the quadrilateral. So the thesis kind of builds up a theoretical foundation for this problem and uses statistical models to quantify uncertainty during the entire learning process. And then the algorithms cautiously explore relative to that uncertainty in order to optimize the system safely. And this kind of relative to the standard reinforcement learning problem where we have the exploration and exploitation problem, this is an extended problem where additionally we have to consider our actions, how they affect the safety. On the next slide, I actually want to show you one specific instance of the thesis. So this is a video of a quadrilateral. It has the goal to go from left to right as quickly as possible with minimum tracking error. So we want it to go as quickly as possible and then also not wobble around the target. In the bottom right, you can see a statistical model that's learning a mapping from the controller parameters to the resulting performance and safety of the controller and the robotic system. Now the algorithm proceeds by considering the uncertainty in the statistical model and selecting parameters that are both safe relative to the estimated uncertainty and that allow us to, at the same time, learn about the best performing parameters. And by handling this trade-off in an efficient way, we can ensure that we both safely and efficiently learn about the optimal parameters. And you can see kind of a quick video here of a comparison of the initial parameters and the safely learned optimized parameters. So in summary, this thesis kind of builds up a theoretical foundation for safe exploration in both model-free and model-based reinforcement learning, with the hope that this will in the future enable autonomous systems to safely learn about their environments.
Okay, thank you very much, Felix. That brings me to the second recipient, Gül Varol. So it's your floor to say a bit about your work, please.
Thank you, Bernd, and hello, everyone. I also like to first thank the selection committee for this award and say that I'm really honored. Then I thank Ivan Leptev, Cornelia Schmidt, Michael Black, and all collaborators for their support. So just to give you a brief overview of the thesis, I'm showing some of the highlights of the PhD works. And the common theme here is human analysis from visual data. And we focus on two particular aspects of this. One is human body analysis from images. One is human action recognition from videos. For human bodies, we've introduced the Surreal dataset, which is an effort to synthesize humans so that we have training data to learn tasks such as segmentation with convolutional neural networks that are data hungry. And we've also used the data and others to estimate 3D human body shape. And we've introduced this BodyNet multitask architecture that obtains state-of-the-art by using volumetric representation for human bodies. Then we've extended our works on synthetic data to hand object reconstruction. This time we've synthesized grasps. And we've also introduced some contact loss between the hand and the object to favor physically plausible interactions between them. For actions, we've also started by addressing the data problem, because the data sets for action recognition until then were mostly collected from YouTube or movies, which have the bias of being fun and interesting. For instance, when you query on YouTube opening a fridge, you get dogs opening fridges, whereas it's very difficult to get ordinary scenes. So with this motivation, we have introduced a crowdsourcing pipeline where an annotator writes a script and another annotator acts it out and films it, and we get these videos with annotations. So this resulting charades dataset has been standard since then for action recognition for various tasks. And lastly, in terms of the architecture, how to handle video inputs was unclear with neural networks, and people have tried stacking 2D video frames with 2D CNNs, or recurrent neural networks and time, or 3D space-time convolutions. But none of these attempts really obtained improvements over handcrafted features. And we've done an analysis and found out that, well, it could be obvious now, but found out back then that one needs to have long temporal extent to obtain high performance from space-time convolutional neural networks. And this has become standard also nowadays. Thank you for your attention, and the thesis is available online.
Yes, this brings me to the end. Thanks very much again for all the great PhD work that was submitted and we had the pleasure to evaluate. Thanks very much for the Kubert Foundation to help us finance this, this award. And for the next round, right, look at the webpage. There will be again an opening, will be again a nomination period for the next year, 2021. We're looking forward to your submissions. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations to the two winners. We're now moving on to the second part of our video presentation with another 15 ELLIS units. Daniela.
So we will first show the video which was missing from the first part, the video from the ELLIS unit Paris.
Ah, from Paris, yeah.
And then we'll start with the second part.
Hello everyone, my name is Gabriel Perret and I'm a CNRS researcher in the math department of the École Normale Supérieure. I am the director of this Paris ELLIS unit. Our vision for this unit is to be as open as possible in order to help a lot of people to create new exciting projects. This will include teaching programs, conferences, and student exchange. The artificial intelligence ecosystem of Paris is huge. It already integrates a lot of different institutions over a very wide geographic area. The goal of this unit is not to create yet another institute, but rather to help all the people in this institution to collaborate within the ELLIS network. There are in particular 3 important research institutes which currently covers non-overlapping geographic areas: SCAI, Data AI, and Prairie. The last institute, Prairie, is the Paris Artificial Intelligence Institute. It is one of the first French Institute of Artificial Intelligence, which were created as part of the National French Initiative on AI.
My name is Gérard Biot. I am full professor of statistical learning at Sorbonne University. I have been appointed head of SCAI, the Sorbonne Center for Artificial Intelligence, in 2019. SCAI is an institute of Sorbonne University able to federate the communities of the 3 faculties of arts and humanities, science and engineering, and medicine, as well as many other partners of our university. Our ambition is to contribute significantly to the excellence of interdisciplinary research and education in artificial intelligence by promoting exchanges between researchers, students, and industry. First, it was essential to be part of the Paris ELLIS node, first in order to strengthen the connections with the Paris forces in AI, one of the most dynamic AI ecosystems in Europe, but maybe more importantly, to participate in the construction of a European vision for machine learning and AI with our international colleagues from ELLIS. We are very proud.
Dear ELLIS colleagues, I am Bertrand Thierillon, researcher at Henri-Saclay, head of the Parietal team and of the Data AI Institute. You may have heard recently from Paris-Saclay University, as it is the first in the world in mathematics and at the 14th position of Shanghai ranking overall. Data AI is the AI Institute of Paris-Saclay University. It gathers hundreds of researchers from more than 50 labs and addresses many aspects of AI, ranging from math to industrial applications. We particularly address human-computer interactions, natural language processing, and AI for signal processing. We are also very active in the legal and ethical aspects of AI, as we have taken part in many European initiatives to design a European-level regulation of AI. Together with our colleagues from Paris Downtown of the Prairie and Sky Institute, we want to develop collaborations within ELLIS to develop the next generation of safe AI tools, particularly in the fields of AI for life science, AI in critical systems, and ethical AI.
So
AI revolution, fueled by progress in machine learning, is leading to autonomous agents that are able to perceive their surroundings as well as understand and interact with them. Their presence is becoming ubiquitous in intelligent machines, from industrial manufacturing to automotive and industrial robots. The ELLIS unit at Politecnico di Torino will work on machine learning-based challenges on safe and secure sensing machine. It builds on the excellence at Politecnico di Torino on visual and multimodal applied learning, graph learning for sensing and security, cybersecurity and safety in machine learning software and hardware. The unit will be hosted by Politecnico di Torino, home of the Italian National PhD on AI and Industry 4.0 in the city of Turin, that will be home of the main hub of the Italian Institute of Artificial Intelligence. The unit will be directed by Barbara Caputo, and with women making up 50% of the faculty, the unit wants to be a driving force for promoting gender balance within ELLIS.
Hello, my name is Chris Williams and I'm the Director of the ELLIS unit at the School of Informatics in the University of Edinburgh in the UK. Due to the pandemic, non-essential staff are not yet allowed back in our university buildings, so I've prepared this video from home. Edinburgh has a long tradition of work on artificial intelligence going back to the 1960s, when it was one of the few centres in the world working on AI. The School of Informatics currently has great strength in a wide variety of areas in AI, including perception, reasoning, machine learning, robotics, natural language processing, the study of natural systems, and properties of AI systems like safety, trustworthiness, and fairness. The Edinburgh ELLIS unit will initially focus on machine learning and natural language processing research going on in the school, although we expect to broaden this focus over time. The goals of the ELLIS unit at Edinburgh are to carry out world-class research in AI, to train top international students and postdocs, and to generate positive impact in science and society. The unit develops new methodology, often based on generalizing the demands of cutting-edge application areas in science and medicine. In machine learning, topics of interest include flexible probabilistic models of high-dimensional data, solving inference problems in scientific data analysis, and meta-learning and transfer. In natural language processing and speech technology, the focus includes language understanding tasks, text generation, including machine translation, and developing methods for low-resource languages and domains. The school currently hosts several centres for doctoral training, or CDTs, in AI areas. These are large government-funded programs, each supporting more than 50 PhD students over 5 years. For the ELLIS unit, the relevant centres are in the EPSRC CDT in data science, the UKRI CDT in biomedical AI, and the UKI CDT in natural language processing. The unit also has extensive collaborations with many companies and has founded several startups. So we look forward to collaborating with other ELLIS units in advancing research in machine learning and AI.
Hello, my name is Mario Figueiredo and I'm the head of LUMLIS, Lisbon Unit for Learning and Intelligent Systems. The newly created ELLIS unit located at Instituto Superior Técnico, which is the engineering school of the University of Lisbon. Instituto Superior Técnico, or Técnico for short, is the #1 school for engineering, science and technology in Portugal, with more than 10,000 students and approximately 800 faculty members, which was founded more than 100 years ago at the beginning of the 20th century. Most of the research work in machine learning, artificial intelligence, robotics and related areas at Técnico is carried out within 3 institutes: Institute for Telecommunications, INESC-ID, and Institute for Systems and Robotics, which came together to create LUMLIS, the Lisbon Unit for Learning and Intelligent Systems. One of the highlights of the work in artificial intelligence and machine learning at Técnico is a very rich spin-off community, of which LUMLIS will benefit strongly. Another highlight of the work in AI and ML at Técnico is the now widely known LX-MLS, or Lisbon Machine Learning Summer School, which had its 10th edition this year, and which had more than 2,000 attendees over its decade of existence. The LUMLIS agenda is quite simple and broad. Our goal is to create human interacting, explainable AI systems with 3 main pillars: human language technologies, cognitive and social robotics, and computational biology and health applications, all supported on efficient, reliable, and theory-grounded machine learning. The founding team of LUMLIS is this group of 15 people covering a wide range of seniority level and research interests within machine learning, artificial intelligence, and related areas. To know more about LUMLIS, please visit our website, which is already online at lumlis.tecnico.ulisboa.pt. Thank you.
Welcome to ELLIS Live Heidelberg. ELLIS Live is bridging the German Cancer Research Center, the European Molecular Biology Laboratory, and the University of Heidelberg, all located in one city. The unit is dedicated to advancing AI methods in the life sciences. My name is Oliver Stekle, and together with my colleagues Anna Kreshuk and Björn Ommer, we're going to tell you about our vision for the unit.
So our aim in establishing the unit has been to build an active two-way bridge between the basic AI and machine learning research and the new opportunities and new scientific questions and new applications which are now arising from the growing amounts of biomedical data that is being acquired. So we work on a very big range of biomedical data, bridging the scales from genomics all the way to animal behavior.
Our unit combines the knowledge and practical expertise from all three institutions, from fundamental AI and machine learning research over to biomedical research and the application of AI in healthcare and medicine.
Welcome to the EPFL ELLIS unit based in Lausanne. The mission of ELLIS is to enable Europe to shape how machine learning and modern AI change the world. We believe the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology Lausanne, EPFL, represents the ideal environment to host an ELLIS unit. The EPFL has a strong research reputation and track record in AI and machine learning. Further, ELLIS aims to have an economic impact and create jobs in Europe. The EPFL has built a whole ecosystem around entrepreneurship by housing startups in its innovation park.
Being the founding ELLIS unit is a unique opportunity for us at EPFL to even more closely engage with the larger ELLIS effort to build bridges within the AI communities in Europe. The EPFL Center for Intelligent Systems is a platform for tech innovation and cutting-edge research, from biological to artificial systems, and we believe our collective strengths in this area will also be an asset to the ELLIS unit.
Since 2000, over 300 startups have been created at EPFL. What is unique about the EPFL ELLIS unit Lausanne is that it is hosted by the Center for Intelligent Systems at EPFL. CIS is a joint initiative that seeks to advance research and practice in the strategic field of intelligent systems by bringing together top researchers and scientists, including the members of EPFL ELLIS unit.
Research is not happening in isolation, so the ELLIS initiative unifies a lot of the great AI research in Europe. I'm particularly excited about some of the strengths of Switzerland and Europe in terms of AI research to make it more privacy aware and more accessible and fair. So I'm quite excited about EPFL joining this ELLIS initiative with our Center for Intelligent Systems.
My current research focus is to help to establish the mathematical and scientific foundations of deep learning. And the EPFL ELLIS unit, together with CIS, is providing a wonderful ground for colleagues from computer science, engineering, math and physics to mingle and collaborate and attack together the most challenging theoretical questions.
The EPFL ELLIS unit has actually a very strong presence in this loop. And CIS actually is the natural place to host the ELLIS unit because it federates similar goals within EPFL. And as a result, I expect a strong synergy between ELLIS across Europe and EPFL CIS.
The EPFL ELLIS unit was established at the end of 2019. It has over 30 participating professors from different faculties of EPFL, all very excited about being part of this pan-European initiative and community.
So my name is Klaus Robert Müller. I run the ELLIS unit in Berlin, and I would like to tell you a bit about our unit, the wonderful team that we have there. There's a bunch of fellows. Everybody, is coming from different fields, all very interested in machine learning, and of course we're growing. So first of all, we focus on fundamental problems in machine learning theory, and in particular, among other things, explainable AI and deep learning, and in particular also scalable machine learning. This comes from the fact that we are embedded in a larger environment. We have in Berlin the Big Data Center, Berlin Big Data Center, and the Berlin Machine Learning Center. Both are rather large centers that worry about big data and machine learning and its intersection. So I think nowadays it is time to rethink machine learning and database management systems to really connect them if we really want to go to the next level of processing high amounts of data. And this is what we do here, from the theoretical and also from the practical side. On top of these two centers that I mentioned, we have a number of excellence centers in robotics and in mathematics. And Berlin is a very, very lively research environment, I can tell you that. What is also interesting to say is that our focus is on machine learning in the sciences. And here we are tightly connected to the Bernstein network, where we have also a Bernstein Center. So the Berlin brain-computer interface is something that we enjoyed doing for a while, and still do. Then we have done a lot in medicine, various kinds, recently in particular digital pathology. And one quite unusual thing for machine learning people is that we work with people in digital humanities, in history, and also in literature. And that is a small growing plant, but it's very interesting. Finally, we have been doing a lot of work together with physics and chemistry. So basically establishing machine learning for quantum chemistry for the last 10 years or so. Another thing that also comes with being a lively city is that we have a very active startup scene. It's perhaps one of the most active ones in Europe. And our ELLIS unit and also the AI centers that we run in Berlin are very tightly connected to the startups, to the companies in Berlin or in Germany, Europe, and also to the wide range of research that is happening. Many of us are actually founding companies as well. So with that, I'm super happy to be in the ELLIS network. We are looking forward to great collaboration, to great exchange with a wonderful and very strong network. So I'm happy to be in the family. Thank you.
Tel Aviv University is located in the vibrant city of Tel Aviv that is also the center of Israel's high-tech industry. The university is proud to be part of the ELLIS network and will contribute to ELLIS activity via organizing events, hosting ELLIS students and faculty, and driving research on topics that are at the core of the ELLIS mission. The Blavatnik School of Computer Science has a strong commitment to AI, further strengthened by support from the Yandex Machine Learning Initiative and the Blavatnik Research Fund. We have a large group of researchers working in AI who will be part of the unit. The quality of research at Tel Aviv has been recognized by multiple prestigious grants and Best Paper awards. Our unit will study core topics in AI, including the theory of deep learning, algorithms for semantic understanding of language and images, and algorithms for fair and transparent AI. We're excited about joining ELLIS and working together on AI research in Europe.
Founded in 1425, KU Leuven has been a center of learning for almost 6 centuries. Today, it's Belgium's highest-ranked university, as well as one of the oldest and most renowned universities in Europe. As a comprehensive research university, spanning the humanities, medicine, physical sciences, and engineering, a very large number of applications of machine learning are represented in the various divisions of the university. With the recent launch of the KU Leuven Institute for Artificial Intelligence, the university has affirmed its support for AI research. The Institute provides an excellent platform for ELLIS faculty members to impact applications in AI research in the wider university community. Our core research on machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, and hardware for machine learning takes place within the departments of electrical engineering and computer science, both within the Faculty of Engineering Science. The focus of the unit is to develop a fast conduit between key application areas, core machine learning technologies, and real-time implementations on edge devices.
Hi, my name is Sien Moons. I'm representing natural language processing within the KU Leuven ELLIS unit. We work on natural language understanding, language generation, and machine learning models that use limited supervision.
Computer vision, natural language processing, and machine learning have made tremendous progress in recent years. Still, there remain important challenges to be tackled. Think, for instance, about computation on the edge, using limited hardware to apply or even train our models.
Leuven is located just 25 minutes from Brussels and provides an attractive platform for impacting the European conversation on AI research and policy. We're excited to be part of ELLIS and its accompanying opportunities for collaboration, impact, and debate.
We are happy to be part of ELLIS and are looking forward for future collaborations.
I am Massimiliano Pontil. I am the director of the ELLIS unit in Genoa, which is a joint effort between the Italian Institute of Technology and the University of Genoa. The unit is formed by 13 core people from different disciplines, broadly working on machine learning and its applications. We have computer scientists, engineers, mathematicians, and neuroscientists. The unit has also an excellent reputation in industrial applications and technology transfer. Our research vision is to bind together our experimental and theoretical work, enabling synergies between foundational machine learning research and specific application areas of science and engineering, particularly robotics, computational neuroscience, and machine learning for health. Our ultimate goal is to understand how artificial and natural intelligence systems work. Research progress we are interested in go all the way from mathematical aspects of machine learning, including inverse problems, numerical optimization, and mathematical statistics, to mainstream areas like kernel methods, online learning, bounded algorithms, meta-learning, and algorithmic fairness. More experimental areas include computer vision, data-driven approaches to robotics and human-computer interactions, and machine learning application to clinical data analysis and other health-related domains. Finally, we are interested in interactions between cognitive and computational neuroscience and machine learning, particularly in relation to the study of how biological brains make decisions. We are thrilled to join the ELLIS network to host researchers from other sites and work together on new, exciting avenues of research. We are committed to make the Genoa ELLIS unit a key reference node in Europe, starting from our work on the foundations of machine learning. We support our students and postdocs to become leaders in creating new machine learning theories and algorithms, and ultimately new AI technologies, which will help improve our society and foster the European economy.
Welcome to the Nijmegen ELLIS unit. Our unit is situated at Radboud University Nijmegen, the Netherlands. We are a broad university and we basically bring together different machine learning researchers across the different faculties.
Our mission is to advance applied and theoretical machine learning research and to educate the next generation of researchers. Together we share 30 years of experience and we form one of the leading hubs for machine learning research in the Netherlands.
Our theoretical research focuses on the development of new algorithms for learning, inference, and control in complex systems. In the development of these algorithms, we draw inspiration from different scientific disciplines, such as neuroscience and physics.
An example of our research on quantum and physics-based machine learning is the research that we try to build devices at atomic scale. In this way, we address the problems of energy efficiency to go to the ultimate small scale of matter, and also address the problem of on-chip learning. So we're able to build devices where single atoms play the role of individual neurons, and they're connected in networks. And these networks can learn by changing their synaptic strengths on chip, because these physical devices implement different timescales, where the slow timescale can play the role of the learning.
Our applied machine learning research advances various domains in science and society. These range from enabling new discoveries in astrophysics and particle physics to automating medical imaging in the global south. We also develop new ideas, such as image filters that protect online privacy. Our goal is to create responsible, human-centered machine learning solutions that benefit society.
Our ELLIS unit has access to excellent technical facilities, ranging from custom-built GPU clusters to advanced robotics platforms. We also seek to collaborate with industrial partners to drive new innovations. Furthermore, by supporting spin-off companies, we aim to bring our machine learning solutions to the end user.
We are situated on a green campus in a beautiful part of the Netherlands.
We invite you to visit us and foster new collaborations to advance scientific discoveries and technological innovation.
Hello, I'm Bernd Schiele, Director of the ELLIS unit Saarbrücken. In the unit, we jointly work on the foundations for enhanced functionalities of AI systems, as well as the pressing needs for security, privacy, and trustworthiness that arise from AI systems. The ELLIS unit Saarbrücken brings together 6 ELLIS fellows from 4 institutions in CS on or near Saarland Informatics campus: the Max Planck Institute for Informatics, the Max Planck Institute for Software Systems, Saarland University, and CISPA Helmholtz Center for Information Security. These 4 world-leading institutions are forming one of the strongest CS research centers in Europe, including, for example, 22 recipients for ERC grants. Computer vision and computer graphics, driven by machine learning, are key for many innovations like autonomous driving and novel applications in health. Saarbrücken is recognized for both cutting-edge research in these areas, as well as for the commitment to make these advancements comply with our societal and European values. Also, our faculty have conducted pioneering research in the ethics of data-driven decision-making, publishing an influential work on non-discriminating and fair ML. We believe that this holistic approach is needed to ensure that advancements in AI will be used for the greater good of society. The faculty of the ELLIS unit Saarbrücken has a long and successful history of collaborating internationally, including over 25 ELLIS fellows already today. In our view, the network of ELLIS units is a great opportunity to strengthen collaborations across Europe in AI, machine learning, and beyond.
The ELLIS unit at University College London comprises 29 faculty across 3 departments: Computer Science, the Gatsby Computational Neuroscience unit, and the Department of Statistics. I'll briefly talk about the Gatsby unit, then pass to Ioana Manoropoulou, who covers statistics, and Mark Dijzenrode, who will talk about CS. The Gatsby Computational Neuroscience unit was established at UCL in 1998, directed by Jeffrey Hinton. Research at the department has contributed to many breakthroughs in theoretical neuroscience, machine learning, and the foundations of AI, with former members establishing world-leading research centers in the UK and globally, including 2 of the founders of DeepMind.
Research in the Department of Statistical Science is based on a blend of individual research groups and multidisciplinary collaborations. Our mission is to identify, develop, and apply statistical foundations and methods for the physical, social, environmental, and medical sciences. The application areas are quite broad, ranging from health and environment through to transport, energy systems, and remote sensing. But even though we have very diverse research interests, we share a belief in the unity of statistics and its importance for scientific advancement in real-world applications.
UCL's Computer Science Department is a global leader in experimental computer science research and top-ranked for high-quality research in the UK. We recognize the importance of computer systems in commerce, industry, government, and science. Using computers, we create innovative technologies that change lives for the better. Specifically, machine learning research has been traditionally very strong at UCL, and our MSc degrees in machine learning are among the most sought after in the world. Our brand new AI Center serves as the driving engine of methodological AI development across UCL, and it is part of UCL's wider AI strategy, which seeks to position AI as a force for good.
The Technion, as Israel's oldest university, has played a key role in developing Israel's technology as the startup nation. The Technion is located in northern Israel in the diverse city of Haifa, where the Mediterranean Sea meets the Carmel Mountains. The ELLIS unit will advance machine learning and AI, will have a lasting impression on the high-tech industry in Israel, and will strengthen the academic connections to machine learning research in Europe. The ELLIS unit at the Technion is focused on three main areas of research: foundations of machine learning, reinforcement learning, and applications of AI to healthcare, visual recognition, and language processing. The unit relies on a diverse group of researchers in these fields. We are excited to be a part of the ELLIS community and invite our European colleagues to actively collaborate with us.
Hello, I am Robert Babushka. I'm the head of the ELLIS unit Delft.
Hi, I'm Frans Oliuk. And I'm Jens Kogo, and we're happy to present the ELLIS unit Delft. ELLIS Delft is part of Delft University of Technology. As a technical university, TU Delft is organized around technical areas of applications with faculties such as aerospace engineering, industrial design engineering, mechanical, maritime and materials engineering, technology, policy and management, and so forth. In virtually all these areas, AI and machine learning has started to play a crucial role. AI and learning research is hence integrated in all different faculties, as well as in across faculty institutions such as the Robotics Institute, Delft Data Science, AI Tech, and so forth. This means we carry out basic research and also apply it to societal and industrial challenges.
The faculty of ELLIS Delft bring experience in many fields with some core strengths on sequential decision-making, for instance, reinforcement learning and scheduling, and with applications in domains like robotics, vision, self-driving cars, smart energy systems, transportation, smart cities, and cybersecurity, strength on interaction, such as multi-agent or multi-actor decision-making, with applications such as human-AI interaction and collaboration, crowdsourcing, and web technologies, and on machine learning and data analysis techniques for bioinformatics, particularly in the context of healthy living, disease diagnosis and prevention, and microbiological industrial processes. Finally, a unique characteristic of Delft University of Technology is the human-aware context. We believe that the Delft engineer designs solutions with an inherent focus on humans as part of the overall systems, like airline pilots, process operators, car drivers, and with a focus on human values such as autonomy, privacy, and responsibility. All right, well, we look forward to collaborating with everybody towards these goals in the ELLIS network.
Hello, I am Samuel Kaski. Here in the ELLIS unit Helsinki, we do probabilistic modeling and Bayesian inference for AI systems that work well with humans. For that, they need to be understandable, trustworthy, and data efficient. The ELLIS Unit Helsinki starts with an outstanding set of scholars and fellows working together on fundamental machine learning and AI. They are embedded in the much larger Finnish Center for Artificial Intelligence, which gives connections to the 100 or so professors working on AI and its applications more broadly. FKI already has and offers to the unit ready-made connections to the industry and the society. It may not seem obvious, given how spacious it is on this campus, that within a 10-kilometer radius from where we stand, there is the largest concentration of high-tech companies and research centers in the Nordic countries. And all this in a country with the happiest people in the world for third year in a row, which is not hard to believe given the beautiful summer. Let's not film here in November. In ELLIS, we are team players. We contribute to the programs and are open to new collaboration. We are also leading the ELLIS network, which will serve the ELLIS community. I will be glad to work with you in ELLIS.
Okay, that takes us to the end of our presentations. Thank you very much. Before I hand over to Bernhard for some closing words, I'd just like to let you know if there are any journalists watching the live stream and you have questions for some of our scientists, please feel free to contact me. You'll find my contact details, Valerie Callahan, on the ellis.eu website at the bottom of our press release, which was posted today. And now I'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in today and hand over to Bernhard.
Thank you very much, Valerie. So it has been said that nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And ELLIS started as such an idea, initially quite fragile with a lot of doubts. But it turned out to be timely and powerful, and the videos that we've just seen show that this idea has actually become a reality. The videos, I think, also showed an impressive diversity. People have been able to adapt the idea to their local constraints and link it up with their regional and national efforts. Yet, there are certain core tenets that unite all of us. The belief that we have to build upon scientific excellence and we have to strive to generate positive impact for our societies. All of this has been a team effort throughout, and I would like to thank and congratulate all of you. And in particular, Daniela, who has probably not slept last night and is still in pretty good spirits. We all have built this together, and the way we've done all that makes me optimistic that Europe will be able to tackle the challenges that lie ahead of us. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. That takes us to the end of the event. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you at the next ELLIS event. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Ciao.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Ciao.
Thank you,
Bye, everyone.
everyone.
Bye.